Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm a pro makeup artist here in the New York City area. And in today's video, we're using the new foundation or the upcoming foundation from Patrick Star. I'm really excited. And also some releases, a lot of new releases are coming. So I plan on doing videos on those as well. So when it comes to new products that are coming out um, if it's a brand that I use a lot and I already have a lot of their stuff, I like to do like a full face. So I have majority of products from one side. So that's kind of what we're gonna do today. I'm not making any promises, but I think maybe this is just the first impressions. But I think maybe I may do a wear test after the initial first impressions. Maybe tomorrow I'll do not necessarily a different look, just using a different primer. Let's read the claims and I'll show you guys what's on here. So this is Turn Up the Base Full Beat Liquid Foundation. It has 16 clean ingredients, weightless long wear it's a weightless long wear foundation, full coverage and soft matte finish, waterproof and sweatproof. And because I saw that initially, this is why I said I was going to maybe do like a wear test with two different primers to see how they play well with the primer they already have in the collection. I also meant to say the reason why I like doing a full face of that one brand when they come out with something is to see how the new product, how it plays well with what they already have in their existing line. So we're gonna see that today because we're gonna see that. So this is what the foundation chart basically looks like. Oh, let me do it the other way. So these three shades here is what they sent me, and this is Deepest 15. Okay, this is Neutral Golden, Deepest 25 Rosy, Deepest 35 Neutral Golden. So I am a neutral girly, like I'm neutral. I could run a little warmer, but never cooler. So Rosy, we'll see. We'll see. So before we start with the foundation, I'm just gonna do a swatch on all three shades to see what I think would be my perfect shade. And honestly, I'm gonna use my finger and then just rub it in, because sometimes when you do just a swatch, it's so much pigment and it's too concentrated, you don't get to see, or maybe I'll use a small brush. Sometimes you don't really get to see its true color. All right. So the first shade I'm going to swatch here is, did I already check that? Deepest 15. Because realistically, if I were to wear it, that's what it would look. Can y'all see? Let me do more. Why am I being stingy? Oh, that's too much. Okay. That's the swatch. Now let me try to blend it. So that's what that looks like. And again, that was Deepest 15. Next is Deepest 25. And this is a rosy shade. So let's see. Oh, I feel like this is my shade. You can't even see it. Let me use another brush, child. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, let's swatch that again. And this is Deepest 25 Rosy. Yep, that's my shade. Can't even see it. You can't even see it. Because at first I thought 15 was going to be my shade. I feel like that would be a winter shade for me. Okay, well, let's try the third and the last one. This is Deepest 35, and this is a neutral, a neutral golden. Shake that up, pump, pump, pump. I'm gonna do that here so you guys can see, because if it blends in well, you may not be able to see the difference between these two, so I'm gonna do it here. You can't see that either. Not to be confused with this. It's here. Let's try that again. I'm gonna do that on this side now so we can see. Oh, so we can see. That was too much. Let's blend it. I feel like I can see the golden undertone of it compared to this that we still can't. That's what I'm gonna use. So 25 Rosy is my perfect shade, but I can use these other ones as well. So I'm gonna wipe that off and we're gonna start. And we are going to use Deepest 25 Rosy. The primer I'm going to use is Secure the Blur. And I'm just going to, I haven't used this primer before, I don't think. I think I've used Secure the Sweat, but I haven't used Secure the Blur because I'm very oily. If it's not mattifying, I don't really care for it. So I know this is gonna, or supposed to fill in areas that have pores. And I have a lot of pores because, not like in a bad way. I don't see, I know people are always wanting to like cover their pores, but I don't see it as a blemish. I don't care because I have oily skin. That's where the oils are coming from. It's almost like when you can tell someone doesn't have oily skin. Like my best friend, she doesn't have pores at all, and she has dry skin. So I don't see it like as a flaw or anything. Okay. Like, does it feel? All right. So the foundation brush I'm going to use is this Kabuki style brush from Tarte. And I'll say we're on the last legs of Fashion Week, and the show I did Alice and Olivia, and the key makeup artist was Michaela. I'll put her stuff on the screen so you guys can see. Michaela. Let me make sure I pronounce it correctly. And Tarte was sponsoring the show, and we got a lot of Tarte stuff, and this brush was part of it. And I really like how big it is. Also, it comes with this sponge. What did I do with the sponge? It comes with this sponge. And I know it looks massive because I wet it. I'm going to use it, just not right now. I'm going to buff this all over my face first. Guys, this is such a great match. And this is why I low-key was like, I need to try this brush. Because I've used Kabuki style brushes before, and it's just like, that's it. That is it. Like, look how fast it just distributed the foundation. No, this foundation is okay. You're cute. Um, Foundations like this are geared towards people like me. I'm a full glam, full beat, full coverage kind of girl. So when I saw that name, I was like, you're speaking to my soul. And that doesn't feel like it's still wet for me to still be able to like blend and just see how I'm just tapping. I'm gonna try to use this now. I think this will give you, this kind of sponge will give you like a airbrushed look. Initially, maybe we'll do that tomorrow. If I do a second look or a second wear test or a second, it would be a wear test. This is just first impressions to see how we like it. I'm going to use like a flat brush just to distribute the foundation, and use this sponge to actually use it to blend, because this brush already kind of blended it and I don't think that did anything. Maybe I'll try to, we'll see as we go, we'll see. So next, I want to see how the concealer is going to play well with I don't really put foundation under my eye, so I just want to see how everything marries well with each other from the same brand. So I made this reel a while ago talking about, or I don't want to say wanting to figure out, but I want to know where it started and who told y'all letting your concealer dry gives you a full coverage. If the concealer itself is full coverage, it's not gonna, you applying it on your face is not gonna change anything. Blend your concealer when you put it on. Letting it dry is not doing anything. Letting it dry is not doing anything. I just felt like I had to let y'all know that. And if you have a concealer that dries fast, you're just setting yourself, I think you're just setting yourself up. I'm gonna go in with a sponge, or I always mess up the name of these. See how that's still full coverage? I didn't have to wait. I need to know where that started. Actually, let's try it with the sponge and see how that blends. Ooh, okay. I like this. It's very big though. I want y'all to understand. This is very big. Look how it fits in my hand. This is very, very, like, look at that. It is so big. Now I'm just going to use it to blend the concealer and foundation together so we don't have any harsh lines. We don't want a demarcation. That is beautiful compared to this side. I mean, it's still beautiful, but look how like it blends seamlessly. I like the sponge. I mean, but generally a lot of beauty sponges, they get the job done. I will say though, this is very, 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 very dense. So I think this would actually be great for cream foundations as well. But this is very dense. Like, it's not like a beauty blender or a lot of the blenders that are out there. This is very dense. And for this, I actually don't mind it because you guys can see, let me make sure it's not soaking up any product. It's just like whatever excess product, it's not soaking anything up. This is why I don't use sponges for foundation. It's just not my thing. I can't, it takes too long. That's one. And they soak up products and I don't like that. But this is nice. I wonder how buildable it is. Let's try one more pump. Like, I know I already put concealer on, but I just want to see. Oh yeah. I think if you were to go with another layer, it'll give you the ultimate full coverage, because I don't know if you guys can see, right here is where my birthmark is. And before you could see it, it's not something that bothers me at all whatsoever. Most of the time I actually like it peeking through, because when I don't have makeup on, you see that it's there. But this covered it. I know it's there because my eye is trained to know it's there. But like, I don't think it's obvious. Wow, okay. And I really like this brush. And then let's just go over again and pat, pat, pat. Okay, so let us see how the powder lays on this foundation. I'm sure these are things that they did in their own testing, hopefully, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna be the judge of that. And to set my high points and where I apply concealer, the shade I used is Sweet Honey. And for all over my face, I'm going to use Dark Deep, which are usually, there are 3 powders I've been using, or that I love and I've been using lately. Is always the combo that you guys are seeing right now, my Givenchy powder, and either Krylon or RCMA No Color powder. This step always looks crazy, but I'm really oily and I need stuff to be locked in. And I know if you're new to makeup, this can look crazy and jarring. I promise you it's not. Now, you wouldn't do this step if you have dry skin. I always envy my best friend because, like, girl, you have dry skin. I envy people that have dry skin because I feel like I would love my skin to be like juicy and like just plumpy looking with makeup on. When I sweat, not when I sweat, when I'm oily, I don't give juicy. I look a greasy mess. Okay. That's rare because now I lock my makeup in. I don't play them games. Everything else here, I'm just showing you guys because now we have that foundation. I want to see how everything plays well with it. If stuff is gonna peel off, if it's gonna, all those things. So I'm just going to fast forward through. If anything is not good, I'm gonna stop and tell you guys like, oh, this is not blending well on top of this foundation, so on and so forth, and then we'll talk. So overall, I really like this look. My skin looks really good with the foundation on. And it's like such a great match. Let's do our setting spray because I still have a lot of stuff to do today. I have to film a couple of videos. I gotta make dinner. I gotta do stuff. That's gonna be another good indicator to see how much I like this foundation because I'm about to be in the kitchen soon and I'm gonna be there, you know, cooking. And sometimes it doesn't matter if you have the AC on. Sometimes when you're in the kitchen, you know, you'll be like, whew, it's a little hot in here. So we could also see how it stands against me being in the kitchen. I have an event to go to tomorrow. That's why I also want to test this, you know, in a different atmosphere. I'm gonna be outside all day. Maybe not all day, but I'm gonna wear this makeup longer with a different primer to see if that makes a difference. Like still in the line of one size, so we can see. But first, I'm gonna use a regular setting spray, and then we're gonna use, of course, we're gonna do this. Of course we are. But first, let's set stuff in motion. It makes a difference. It makes a difference. It makes a difference. Okay. That's the look. That's it. The time now, I told y'all it was late. It was late in the day. The time is now 5:20. So I'll probably do a check-in later, and this is not the end of the video. We are going to do another day. So we'll see how that wore with these two. I mean, with everything, because everything plays a part, everything everything plays a part, everything locks it in, you know, everything wore well beautifully together. Like, I love this. Look at my face. I love it. I love it. I really like this. I'm not going to lie to you. It's just like, it's so nice. Nothing is on my hand. Well, besides the liquid foundation that made a boo-boo. But this is beautiful. It wears beautifully. Right now, I'm comfortable. It doesn't feel like I have on too much. Even though we went back into layer to see how buildable it was, it feels very comfortable on my skin. Now, like I said, the true test is to see how it wears, how just if my oils peek through, because I didn't use a mattifying primer. I need, because usually I do really, really nice, juicy skincare. And I need a mattifying primer or just my tried and true Denisomyrix. So tomorrow we're going to try it with a longer wear because they do say it's, what is it? Waterproof, waterproof and sweatproof. And it's a long wear, weightless long wear. It does feel weightless. I won't lie. It does really feel weightless. It's really, really nice and weightless. So that part is true. We'll just see how long wear it is, and we'll put that to a good true test tomorrow. But as far as first impressions go, I like this. I like the way my skin looks. Nothing peeled off, nothing disturbed anything. The powders are sitting well on top of it. The concealer blends easily into it. It's nice. It's really nice. It's beautiful, actually. But we'll see how it wears. Okay, so this has been a day. I'm still gonna do the wear test tomorrow so we can see, because I really want to use the other primer so we can see. Remember when we started, the primer I used was Secure the Blur. It is now, get this focus, 1:49. Make sure y'all see that, 1:49 a.m. When I was done with my makeup, that was around 5:30, 5:20, 5:30, I don't remember, one of those. So it's been roughly about 8 hours. Is my math mathing? Roughly about that, I think. And this is what my skin is looking like. I actually didn't even know I was gonna do this check-in before, because I'm about to go take my makeup off. But I didn't know I was gonna do this check-in, and around 10:30, because I was filming stuff. I'm filming stuff for my other channel, my reaction channel, so I already have makeup on, but I was looking too shiny on camera, and you guys can see. So I just went back in with no extra powder, just the powder puff I used. So basically, I'll show you guys what I did, because you see it all mattified again. This is basically what I did. See how like that automatically took the shine away compared to this side? So that's all I did before I filmed. I didn't add any extra thing. I didn't add any extra powders. I didn't do any of that. But I'm not surprised that this is what it looks like I look shiny like this, because this is not a mattifying primer. It says it mattifies, but it's not a mattifying primer. So that's why I wanted to see what the difference will be with this primer and Secure the Sweat, which is what we're going to use tomorrow. But so far, the foundation held up really beautifully. But to also be fair, I didn't go outside today. Everything I had to do was just in the house, but it was a lot. Like I told you, I was gonna cook. I was in the kitchen. I've edited 2 videos. I've reacted, filmed 2 videos of stuff. So I've been up and down, in and out, but I have not gone outside. And I haven't really turned on the AC today either. So it's just been a good temperature day, but I've been inside. We're gonna see how different that would be tomorrow when I'm out in these New York City streets. But like, let me come closer. Like, my skin still looks good. If I were like to be out and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be out for 10, this would not bother me, because I would just use blotting sheets, or I would use like a powder puff. I have one, like the Fenty one, you guys know, Invisimatte, either that or their, excuse me, or the Rare Beauty one, and I'll be fine. So this has held up really well. I just want to see what the difference is or will be with the Secure the Sweat. And if I have it in me, I'll probably do a 3rd day if I am going somewhere, and I'm gonna use the primer that I use for any foundation. It doesn't matter what it is, and that's the Danessa Myricks blurring balm, because that primer eats. It doesn't matter the makeup, it doesn't matter the foundation, eats every day, all day. So but I just wanted to see how this would play well within its family of products that they have. So next thing you guys will see will be tomorrow. Okay, so we're done with the look. I'm gonna show you guys what time it is. Pretty late, it's actually 6 p.m. But I'm going to an event and I go to sleep really late because I'm always filming. I wake up late. I wake up late because I go to sleep really late. I'm not gonna tell y'all what time I go to sleep. Pretty late. We don't like that. Because remember, our last check-in yesterday, or technically this morning, was at like 1:45 a.m. So it is 6 p.m. Yeah, if this would focus, it's 6 p.m. on the dot. I'm going to an event. Like literally, I'm like about to leave right now. And we're gonna do check-ins when I get home. If I'm able to at the event, I'll see what it's looking like. Probably not, but it's nice and warm outside, so I'm gonna see how my makeup is. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this primer. It was peeling. I don't know what that was about, but it kind of dampened my mood when I was doing this makeup. But I really love the way my makeup turned out. The foundation is just really good. I will say though, I'm not gonna lie, the brush I used yesterday, I prefer to use brush with this foundation, just in general. But I love the way, like after using a brush, the way it ties everything in together, because as you can see, it didn't soak up any makeup. It's just like, it just takes off the excess, and I really love that. I'm gonna use that brush more that I used yesterday, the Tarte one. It's so good. It's so like, it's fluffy but dense. It's like a kabuki brush, you know, like it's so good. Oh, I love that brush. Remember in yesterday's application, I was saying just by itself, you can see my birthmark here. And that's the same for today, because today I didn't build it up. I just used one pump, or just like one even layer. I didn't go in with another one. So I love my makeup, actually. This is a lot. So that's it for this. I'm gonna check in later and we're gonna talk about the whole shebang. If I have it in me, actually maybe. I'm not making no promises, because I think this foundation wore well yesterday with the primer that I used. It wasn't a mattifying primer. It was blurring primer. And this, we'll see how it performs today. And maybe tomorrow I can do, because I actually have to do a couple of things. And I have to go pick up my sister. She's coming in town for her birthday. I'm probably going to use the Danessa Myricks primer and see how that wears. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to be generous. I don't want to rush, because sometimes, you know, you use something and like, the foundation itself, I've already decided that I love. I just want to see the longevity of it with different primers and how it plays well. Out of everything on my face today, I love, except this. I don't know, it was peeling. Like, it looks fine now, but don't be peeling. I use water-based everything because I'm really oily, or gel-based. There's nothing that was clashing with this. So I don't know why I was peeling. It could have been that I used too much because I felt it. I was like, I feel like I'm using a lot. But, that's it. I'm gonna go wash my hands again. I didn't even put lotion on. Look how ashy I am. Ashy. Anyway, I'll see you guys later, or you see me later. Okay, so I'm back from my event. Let me show you guys what time it is really quickly. If you don't focus, y'all saw that, right? It's 12:04. I just got back home. So I will definitely say I prefer, I don't even know what I did with it. I prefer Secure the Blur. Definitely as a primer compared to Secure the Sweat, because it's not even 8 hours yet. This is 6 hours to be exact. And my face is very oily. I have not touched up. I didn't mattify myself. I didn't do any of that. And it was pretty great weather outside. You see my lips is like a little worn off, but my lip liner and lips are still intact as well. I had a couple of drinks at the event. Actually, I had one drink and water. I know this is not about the look, but I'm so glad I went. The amount of people that I haven't seen in a while or catching up on, and just like good surprises of people that I saw there. I was so happy. I was so happy. I'm so glad I went. Anyway, back to the look. So the foundation itself is really good. I'm always a primer girl, so I'll say, actually, let's talk about this. This foundation that I have on my skin, the way it wears on someone that has drier skin is different, okay? I mean, I don't know how long they've had it on for, but the event I was just at, we were talking about like makeup and stuff, and she had on the exact same foundation. I was like, that's crazy. We were talking about it like very briefly. So I don't know if she had her makeup on way before or, you know, closer to the event, but I remember me and her was talking on Threads, and I had recommended a couple of foundations for her. And she basically said, that was the foundation that she had on. And on me, it's gonna have to be a separate video because I can already tell that this video is gonna be really long, but I want to be detailed in case you were interested in this foundation or in, you know, in getting it. And also everything will be linked below, everything that I used. Maybe in another look, we could do something else another time with the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Primer, because I am oily, okay? I'm very oily. Like, I looked at myself in my phone when I left the event. I wasn't as oily everywhere, but here, right here, I was very oily. Just so you can see, let me use the powder puff I used earlier. I'm not adding any extra powder on there. Let's just see what like that would look like mattified compared to how oily I am now. Yeah, you can see you can see how oily I am. So if I touched up my face, which is not bad, like I feel like with this combo of a primer, if I'm just like running errands but I want to have makeup on, that's something I would probably wear. But it's not something I'm gonna reach for, not when I have amazing primers that will hold up for 10 hours and more. This held up good for 8 hours yesterday. I liked it a lot. I can see me mixing that or using both the Danessa and secure the blur. But the foundation itself, there's no foundation on me that if I don't use a really great mattifying primer, that I won't be oily. So I don't want to discount the foundation. I just want to say the primer, I know it's not saying it's supposed to be a mattifying primer. It's supposed to be sweat proof. Yeah, the primer is enough, but I really like the foundation, especially seeing it on someone else. Her makeup looks so good. It was flawless. And a couple of people complimented my makeup anyway, so I feel like the foundation had something to do with that. Someone appreciated my cheek glow. But overall, I feel like if you were interested in this foundation, I always tell people, you know, go swatch a shade, and if you like the shade, I think you should pick this up. I like the foundation. I liked it better yesterday because of the primer and the tool that I used. I really love that foundation brush. I really like this. I think for the next week, maybe that's what I'll do. For the next week, this is the only foundation I'll wear, and then we can have like hits and misses. Like I'm gonna use all of my favorite things, and that's gonna be another video because I don't want this to be too long, but I want to give you guys a detailed just kind of like a first impression and review, because you're spending your hard-earned money. I want you to know if this is worth it or if this is not worth it. And I'll say in my book, it's very worth it. It's very worth it, especially because I know like other combination, because I wanted to see how all of these things played well with the new foundation, like everything from the Patrick Star. I'm looking at the sample of the Patrick Star that I got. That's why I said that. But anyway, the one size. Let me say that extra. I wanted to use all of one size. You know, I already mentioned this. Basically, to see how the look is gonna hold up. Because these powders, these setting powders, when I use them with other foundations, when I use them with other things, they hold up. They snatch me. It does not budge. It's the primer I don't like, and I feel like I even use this, so I'm a little. At the 8th hour yesterday, I did not look this oily. So I would say whatever mattifying primer that you love, that you know just has your back, using it with this foundation is great. I think if you have normal skin, you will also love this. But I think this is for everybody. It's not saying it's like a glowing foundation. It's just, let me read this again. It's a weightless, long wear foundation, full coverage and soft matte finish. Soft matte finish. So that doesn't mean it's gonna suck up all the oils. You know what? The next wear test, we're gonna do another wear test. I just thought about this. The next wear test I'm gonna do is going to be with the blurring balm, right? With the foundation, everything again will be one size. And then with the new oil sucker primer, I completely forgot. You know what it is? I have the oil sucker primer in my set bag for when when I do TV shows and stuff. So I left it in there because I was like, that is gonna, I trust it to last me, you know, when I'm on set for like 10 to 12 hours. That's what we're gonna do. So there will be another video where we're gonna use the Danessa as the primer, and then we're going to use the oil sucker and see what the best primer, because I already know I like the foundation a lot, but I want to give different options for whatever primer you already have in your arsenal to see which is the best primer that goes with this foundation. That's what I'm trying to do here. So this is me, you know, after powdering it down, and this is how oily I am. And honestly, that is the conclusion of this video. We will report back using this foundation again in another video, probably top of next week, because I'm actually wearing makeup a lot. This weekend I have a lot of different things I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna report back. I'll probably just give an end of day recap, because I'm gonna be using the exact same makeup, so I don't want to have to keep talking through all of them. Those will be fast, and we'll just see what I look like as soon as I'm done applying them, and what the end of my day right before I take off my makeup looks like. So I think that's what we're gonna do. But yesterday's look was a winner as far as longevity goes. Today was okay, and now I'm going to wash my face. Thank you for watching this video. You see me in the next one.